Gloomies are little creatures from a distant galaxy who love colorful flowers. Your goal in Gloomies is to grow and harvest these flowers. Whoever has the most points after growing and harvesting will win. Now here's how you set up the game. You put the board without holes into the box first, then you put the board with holes on top. You can always flip and rotate the lower board if you want to change the setup for each game. Next, put 60 flowers in the storage bowl. Turn all 24 bonus tiles to purple and make 8 stacks of 3 tiles. Put these stacks with the purple side facing up on the purple edge of the board. The turquoise side on the opposite end is going to be empty. Shuffle and stack the 16 order cards face down and place 3 of them face up. Shuffle the 60 flower cards and stack these face down, flipping 3 of them face up too. You'll then take 1 game aid each and place it in front of you with the purple side facing up. You can follow this chart to see how many flower cards and little helpers that each player is going to get. The first player is going to be whoever most recently gave flowers. You can keep flower cards in your hand with little helpers next to your player aid on the table. Everything else can be set to the side and you are now ready to play. Gloomies has 2 stages of play. The first stage is the growing stage. The board has 6 rows of flower beds, each with 8 holes. All you do first is pick 1 row where you want to grow flowers. Then you can play up to 3 flower cards from your hand to plant the same number of holes in that row, making sure that you match the type of flowers shown starting at the edge of the board. Let's say you have 2 orbit flowers, a galaxy poppy, and a moon lily in your hand. In the first row, you could plant the first 2 holes by playing an orbit flower first and then the poppy next. You can't play in row 2 because there's a sun thistle that you need to plant first. In row 3, you could play 3 cards, a moon lily followed by 2 orbit flowers. If you use a little helper, you could even play your 4th card, a galaxy poppy in the 4th hole. After you played up to 3 cards on your turn, you fill the planted holes with matching flowers from the storage bowl. If you grew at least 1 flower, you can get a bonus. Check the last hole where you placed the flower, look up to the very top, and if there's a purple bonus tile, you're going to get that bonus. The Stardust lets you take 1 Stardust from the pile, and Stardust also gives you points at the end of the game. These right here are helper bonuses that let you take little helpers, and you can even use them on the same turn. The last tile is an order tile where you take 1 of the 3 face-up order cards of your choice, then refill the display. If you received a bonus, flip the bonus tile over to the turquoise side and move it to the opposite end of the column. If there are already tiles there, just place the brand new tile on top of the stack. Now after you played cards and planted holes, you can then either take 1 joker card from the card display or 2 regular cards. You cannot draw cards from the deck. After each card you take, immediately turn over a new card from the stack and put it face up. You may also use or spend 1 little helper to take an additional card, or even spend 2 little helpers to take an additional joker. Now that's how your turn works, and after the board area between the arrows and the white line is fully filled with flowers, this is the end of stage 1. Whoever finished stage 1 completes their entire turn, including receiving bonuses and drawing cards. To score, each player gets 1 victory point for each flower card played that is attached to your player board. If you have 4 more cards played of 1 type of flower, these will count as double. In a 2-player game, you would need to have at least 6 cards to match this requirement. Since I have 4 moon lilies, that means each moon lily is worth 2 points, so that makes this column here worth 8 points. I have less than 4 flower types for the rest in this 4-player game, so that means I would get 1 point per flower. In total, I would score 16 points for these flowers. Any cards in your hand aren't worth any points, but you'll keep them for stage 2. You also get points for the amount of Stardust counters that you collected according to this chart. Now you move on to stage 2, where you remove all remaining purple tiles that haven't been flipped to their turquoise side, any flower cards in the stack, and any remaining orders. Turn your game aids over to the turquoise side and create your personal flower card stack for stage 2. This means that the cards that you put next to your game aid and the remaining cards in your hand get shuffled, and you draw 4 flower cards into your hand. You can also keep your little helpers and collect the Stardust for stage 2. Starting with the player who would have been next in stage 1, you start the harvesting stage by playing up to 3 cards from your hand to harvest flowers from the board exactly the same way as you planted them in stage 1. You can have little helpers help you harvest flowers because for each one you spend when harvesting, you can harvest an extra matching flower. You can put the flower on your collected orders and they go on the dots to decorate your Gloomies. The top left of the order will tell you how many points you'll get for a completely filled Gloomy at the end of the game. The second place you can place your Gloomy is on the game aid if you don't have any orders or if you don't want to take any risks. At the end of the game, you're going to score points according to the type of flower. Once you place flowers on your collected orders or on your player aid, you can no longer move them. Now, just like in stage 1, wherever you harvested the last flower, you get the bonus listed, but this time on the turquoise bonus tile. Stardust gives you 1 Stardust from the pile. Bonus flowers give you an extra flower that you can place just like your harvested flower, and Joker flowers gives you 1 flower of your choice from the supply bowl. At the end of your turn, you draw 2 cards from your personal deck and put them into your hand. It doesn't matter if you draw Jokers or regular cards. Once you run out of cards, you continue playing with the cards left over in your hand. Now for each little helper that you spend, you can draw 1 extra card. Once all flowers have been harvested in the area between the arrows and the white line, this right here signals the end of phase 2 and the start of the second scoring phase. Each player now gets victory points according to their game aid. You then get points equal to your fully supplied orders. There is no penalty for having an order that you did not start, but you do not get points for orders that are missing flowers. You also get points for the Stardust that you have collected, including the ones from phase 1. Lastly, you get 1 victory point for each helper that you still have in your supply, and the player with the most victory points wins. If there's a tie, whoever has the most completed orders wins. This is how you play Gloomies.